Good morning, students. So today we are going to start lecture number 15 in case of kinetic theory of gases. Clear? So in lecture number 15 we are going to solve some of the competitive questions which has been asked in previous competitive examinations. So first question comes as, if the pressure and the volume of certain quantity of ideal gas are halved, then the temperature. So what will happen for the temperature? So what they are giving in the question, first you note down. If the pressure and the volume of a certain quantity of ideal gas are halved, that means they are telling about pressure is also becoming half, okay, as well as volume is also becoming half. Then what they are asking means what will happen for its temperature. This is the question. Listen. That means if initial pressure is P means final pressure will be P by 2. Clear? If initial volume V means final volume will be V by 2. This much hint they are giving in the question. That means if pressure is halved and volume is halved, pressure is also becoming half, volume is also becoming what? Half. So when these conditions are happening, what will happen for the temperature? If initial temperature is T1 means what is T2 they are asking. So we are going to calculate T2 value in terms of T1. What we are going to do? We are going to calculate T2 value. We are going to calculate what is the value for T2 in terms of T1. Clear? Options are all, temperature will become doubled, okay, it becomes 1 by 4th, it remains constant, temperature will also become halved and becomes 4 times, okay, total 5 options they had given. Listen. So to solve this question, we know that according to ideal gas, we know that PV by T value will be equal to what? Constant. Will you agree with me? Already derived one. Okay, already we know that PV divided by T is nothing but what? A factor which is nothing but a constant. Now we are having two different cases. So what we can write for these two different cases means I can write P1 V1 divided by T1 is equal to P2 V2 divided by what? T2. Clear? Now separate T2. If I separate T2 means P2 V2 divided by P1 V1 into T1. Clear? Now here you should have to substitute the values. P2 is nothing but P by 2. V2 is nothing but V by 2. P1 V1. P1 means P, V1 means V. T1 means, let us take this T1 value as T. Okay. T2 value they are asking. Now substitute here. T2 is equal to. T2 will be equal to what will happen? P2 is nothing but P by 2. V2 is nothing but V by 2 whole divided by P1 is P, V1 is V into temperature T. So PV will get cancelled. It will become T divided by 2 and this 2. That means T divided by 4. So temperature will become 1 by 4th of initial temperature. Clear? So initially pressure, volume. If these two quantities are half, then what will happen for the temperature? Just apply our ideal equation. Okay, ideal gas equation. So PV divided by T is equal to what? Constant. So P1 V1. If PV by T is equal to constant means I can write P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. From this complete expression, you separate T2 and substitute the values for P1 V1 P2 V2. Okay, as well as T1 also. Some quantities will get cancelled, so finally T2 will be equal to T divided by 4. Clear? Okay. Shall we go to next question? No. Second question. SI unit for universal gas constant is, okay, for universal gas constant, what is SI unit they are asking. What is the SI unit for universal gas constant? They are not asking numerical value. Numerical value they are not asking. They are asking only what? Unit. So only expected thing you should have to write, or you should have to inform them what is the SI unit for universal gas constant. This is nothing but SI unit. So SI unit for universal gas constant is nothing but what? Joule per mole per Kelvin. Okay, or you can write Joule per mole Kelvin. Clear? Even if you don't apply this one, means that is also fine. Clear? Joule per mole per Kelvin. So Joule per mole per Kelvin is nothing but SI unit for universal gas constant. Clear? So you should have to remember all the values. Shall we go to next question? Now next, third question. Clear? Now in third question what they are asking, let us check. In third question, the average translational kinetic energy of an hydrogen molecules at NTP will be. Clear? Now, how to calculate this one? Question number third, no? Okay. So they are asking about what is the average translational kinetic energy of which molecule? Hydrogen gas molecule. Now average energy can be calculated as which formula? E average is equal to, clear? E average is equal to, we are having the formula that F divided by 2 times of RT. Clear? Now we should have to substitute F value, R value and T value. So F value will be how much for the given molecule? Which molecule they had given in the question? Hydrogen gas molecule. Hydrogen gas means degree of freedom for a hydrogen gas is nothing but what? 3. Okay, divided by 2 as it is. R value is how much? Standard value 1.38 into 10 to the power of minus 23. And temperature NTP means 273 Kelvin. Clear? If we calculate this, means we are going to get an approximation value which is nothing but 0.5. That means half. 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 20 joules. Clear? This much energy, this much value we are going to get for which one? Energy basically. Clear? Minus 20 it is. 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 20 joules. Clear? So how to calculate this one? E average value they had asked. E average value. Okay. Formula is nothing but what? F by 2 times of RT. For the given gas, F value is nothing but what? 3. So 3 divided by 2 into 1.38 into 273 into 10 to the power of minus 23. So final result we are going to get nearly equal to half into 10 to the power of minus 20 joules. Clear? Now, shall we go to the next one? No. Fourth one. In fourth question, what they are giving? A diatomic gas is heated at constant pressure. What fraction of the heat energy is used to increase the internal energy? Clear? Question clear? A diatomic gas is heated at a constant pressure. What fraction of heat energy is used to increase the internal energy? Noted? Okay. Now listen. So fractional part of heat energy means, this is very important, fractional part of heat energy. Fractional part of heat energy is nothing but Cp minus R whole divided by what? Cp. Clear? Cp minus R divided by Cp. And from Mayer's relation, what we can write? From Mayer's relation. From Mayer's relation, we can write that Cp minus Cv is equal to what? R. This is known formula. Cp minus Cv is equal to what? R. Fractional part of heat energy means Cp minus R whole divided by what? Cp. Now, which one they are giving? Diatomic gas is heated at constant pressure. Okay? Diatomic gas. Diatomic gas means how to calculate Cp and Cv then? Listen. Cp minus R. Cp value is nothing but what? Now listen. We should have to calculate Cp. Now how to calculate Cp? We know that Cv is nothing but standard formula, which is nothing but Fr by 2. I had already told you this one. Cv is nothing but what? Fr divided by 2. Now, listen, what is F value for diatomic? For diatomic molecule, F value is nothing but what? Phi. So, F value is phi. Keep R as it is, whole divided by 2. This is nothing but Cv value. Phi R divided by 2. Now, from this relation, you calculate Cp value. Then substitute Cp value here. What ratio you are getting? That is nothing but fractional part of heat energy. Clear? Getting the steps how to solve this one? Getting or not? Okay. Now listen. Cp minus Cv is equal to what? R we are having. So I can write as Cp is equal to R plus Cv. Okay. Now, keep R as it is, plus Cv value, phi R divided by 2. So, phi R by 2 plus R is nothing but how much? 7R divided by 2. You can take the LCM here. it will become 2r plus 5r whole divided by 2. 2r plus 5r is nothing but 7r. 7r divided by 2. Clear? Getting or not? Okay. 7r divided by 2 is nothing but Cp. Now substitute that value here. 7r divided by 2 minus r whole divided by 7r by 2. 7r by 2 minus r. This will be how much? If you take LCM means it will become 2 in the denominator of this numerator. 7r minus 2r, which is nothing but 5r whole divided by, here 2 will get cancelled, 7r. So r will get cancelled, value we are going to get 5 by 7. Okay, ratios they will be giving 5 by 7, 3 by 5, 3 by 7, 9 by 5 or 5 by 9, in that manner. So you should have to choose 5 by 9 as correct option over there. Clear? Fractional part of heat energy they had asked, which is nothing but Cp minus R divided by Cp. Okay, in question given that is diatomic molecule. That means indirectly they are telling F value is how much? 5. Okay, indirectly they are telling you F value is 5 means from Cv formula, which is nothing but Fr by 2, which we had already calculated earlier. Cv value is Fr by 2 means in this formula substitute value for F, you are going to get Cv value. From Mayer's relation calculate Cp value. Then directly Cp minus R divided by Cp. Clear? Shall we go to next one? Note it down. We are going for the next problem. Okay. Now, next one. Listen. Now in next question what they had given. If temperature of gas increases from 27 degrees Celsius to 927 degrees Celsius. 27 degrees Celsius to 927 degree Celsius. The kinetic energy will be, so what will happen for kinetic energy they are asking. And the options will be like kinetic energy will become double, okay, half, 1/4 or 4 times. Now, always remember energy value will be proportional to what? Temperature. Okay, kinetic energy value. If temperature increases, kinetic energy increases. By keeping this in our mind, we are going to write E1 by E2 is equal to T1 by T2. Okay, E1 by E2 value will be equal to T1 divided by T2. Clear? Now, E1 by E2 is equal to T1 by T2 means we can write T1 value 27 degrees Celsius means it will become 27 plus 273, because you should have to keep it in Kelvin, whole divided by 927 plus 273. Okay. Now, okay. Now here 27 plus 273, which will become 300 divided by 927 plus 273, 1200. Clear? So 2 zeros, 2 zeros, 3 ones are 3 fours. 1 divided by 4. So we are getting E1 by E2 is equal to 1 by 4 or what we need actually, E2 value we need. Just cross multiply, you are going to get E2 is equal to 4 times of E1. That means kinetic energy will become 4 times the initial kinetic energy. The kinetic energy, the final kinetic energy E2 will become 4 times the initial kinetic energy, which is nothing but E1. So initially what they had given in the question, temperature is going from 27 degrees Celsius to 927 degrees Celsius. Then what will happen for kinetic energy? If initial kinetic energy is E1 means, then final kinetic energy E2 will become 4 times of E1. Clear? Because E is directly proportional to what? Temperature. Getting? Is this fact clear to you? If they are telling like a temperature and energy means, directly go from E proportional to T value. Shall I erase this part? Shall we go to next question? So next question we are having about the graphical one. So one side they had given PV by NT, and one more side taken pressure values. Okay, and here one dotted line is there. Okay, and two curves are given in this manner. One is temperature T1, clear? This is T1 and this temperature given T2. And three statements given to you, okay? And among three statements, which all the statements are correct, that thing they are asking. So first statement given as, the dotted line corresponds to ideal gas behavior. This dotted line corresponds to ideal gas behavior. This is correct statement as we had discussed in our, I hope, lecture number 2nd or 1st or 3rd one, there only. Okay, this graph already we had plotted, but here in exam how they will be asking. This dotted line is for ideal gas. Already we had discussed, that is our first statement. Whether it is correct statement or wrong statements, you should have to judge that. Yes, this dotted line corresponds for ideal gas, because for ideal gas, for any value of pressure, this ratio should be what? Constant. Clear? Okay. Next. Second statement given as, T1 value is greater than T2 value. Yes. Why this is correct statement, T1 value is greater than T2 value? First of all, I will tell you T1 greater than T2 is correct statement. Why reason you have to give me? What is the reason behind this one? Listen. These two curves are for a real gas basically. And we know that a real gas behaves as ideal gas at high temperature. In question they will be asking, when real gas behaves as ideal when real gas behaves as ideal gas, or what is the condition for a gas to behave as ideal gas? If these type questions they are asking means, at low pressure and high temperature. At low pressure and high temperature, a real gas behaves like ideal gas. Clear? Now here also, these are pressure values. As you go for lesser pressure means, this real gas line, solid lines are nothing but what? For real gas. These lines are approaching for dotted line means, at low pressure, a real gas behaves as ideal gas. Clear? And one more condition. Now T1, T2, relation between T1, T2 given as T1 greater than T2 means this is a part of the solid line is near for this dotted line. Clear? This part of the solid line for T1, basically this part is near for this dotted line means this solid line behaves as dotted line. This real gas behaves as ideal gas. This real gas behaves as ideal gas at high temperature. So among T1 and T2, T1 value will be greater than T2 value. Getting my point? Shall we go to next point? Okay. Next point what they had given means, in next step they had given that the value of PV by NT at the point where the curves meet on the y-axis is same for all the gases. That means they are telling about this value which is nothing but PV by NT. Basically here we are having that. So this PV by NT value at the point where the curves meet on the y-axis, that means this is y-axis basically, okay. At this point all the curves are meeting means it will be valid for all the gases. Now you should have to judge whether that statement is correct or not. Yes, that statement is also correct. That means third statement what they had given, that is also correct. So among first statement, second statement and third statements, all the three statements are correct statements. Clear? That's why we should have to tell that a real gas behaves as ideal gas at low pressure and high temperature. At low pressure and high temperature. Clear? Getting this point? So what all the questions we had solved in this class? So please go through all the questions thoroughly, okay? And questions you can note down whenever I am dictating. You can just pause the video and note down the questions and note down the solution part also. Clear? And if you are getting so many questions means, that means to solve many questions if you are getting means, don't leave those questions also, try to solve those questions also. Clear? So this is a graphical method question, okay. Sometimes they will be asking based on graph also. Clear? So based on graph also they will be asking. This is nothing but medical entrance. In medical entrance exam they had asked this question, okay. How, that means if you know how real gas behaves as ideal gas means, you can just theoretical part it is, no formula based, no, okay. So that's why read thoroughly and remember the fact that real gas behaves as ideal gas at low pressure and high temperature. Okay, so keep studying. Again we will meet in our next class. Thank you.